guys, welcome back to Mantappu Academy's YouTube channel. Jadi pintar, jadi Mantappu. My name is Della. I'm a tutor from Mantappu Academy International. If you've seen our previous video, I've covered about how to plot a straight line from a linear equation. So today we will be practicing those skills we learned in my previous video to solving questions that can actually appear in your exam. First, a quick revision. Whenever we want to plot a line, first we just have to pick 3 or 4 easy x values, 0, 1, or 2, anything you want, and we substitute in those x values to get the respective y values. Then plot the pair of points x and y into a graph. Then we can join those points with a ruler and extend it to form a straight line. Let's warm up with this simple question. Here y is equals to 2x minus 1. So now I want to substitute in x equals to minus 1, 0, 1, and 2 to get in my pair of x and y values. When x is equals to minus 1, we have 2 times minus 1 minus 1, which is just equal to negative 3. And then 2 times 0 minus 1 will just be negative 1. 2 times 1 minus 1 will just be 1. And my last point, 2 times 2 minus 1 is just 3. So I have this 4 pair of points. Now let's plot it in this graph. Minus 1 minus 3 is here. 0 minus 1 is here. 1 and 1 is here. And my last point, 2 and 3, will be this point. So now I want to join these 4 points. I can draw a straight line and I will have this line over here. That's it. We now have our straight line y is equals to 2x minus 1. That's the simplest kind of question that you will face. Remember in our last video, we talked about rearranging the equation first, because how do I find y in an equation like this? So let's rearrange that. Now if I minus x from both sides of my equation, I will have 2y is equals to 8 minus x. So y is just 8 minus x over 2. Now let's substitute in x is equals to 0, x is equals to 2, and x is equals to 4. So I will have 8 minus 0 over 2, which is just 4, 8 minus 2 over 2, which is just 3, and 8 minus 4 over 2, which is just 2. Let's plot our points again. We have 0, 4 here, 2 and 3, which is here, and our last point, 4 and 2, which is here. So now I can extend my line, and I will have this straight line over here. Remember to label your line. So this one is x plus 2y is equals to 8. There we have our line. Now this next question require you to not just plot the line but also find y when x is equals to 2.5 from your graph. So first let's plot y is equals to 5 minus x. For y is equals to 5 minus x, I will have a table of values. Say when x is equals to 0, my y will be 5. When x is equals to 1, my y will be 4. When x is equals to 2, my y will be 3. So it's gonna be this point, 1, 4 and 2, 3 over here. So I now have a line that looks like this. Are we done? No, we're not, because the question is still asking you to find y when x is equals to 2.5. 2.5 will be this point here. So we just draw a straight line and we see where it connects to at the y. So here we can see that it is actually 2.5. That means when x is equals to 2.5, y is just 2.5. You can also verify your point here by substituting in x is equals to 2.5 in this equation. Then you have 5 minus 2.5, which is also 2.5. So that means our point here is correct. And our final answer here will be y is equals to 2.5. Now my next question. See here, I have 2 equations this time. Y is equals to x plus 1 and y is equals to 5 minus x. 5 minus x is a line actually from our previous question. So let's plot that out first. We have the line. We already have our table of values from the previous question. So I know my line will look like this. Y equals 5 minus x. Now I still need to plot when y is equals to x plus 1. When y is equals to x plus 1, my table of values, when x is equals to 0, y will be 1. When x is equals to 1, y will be 1 plus 1, which is 2. And when x is equals to 2, my y will be 3. So let's plot this second line, y is equals to x plus 1. I'm using a different color. When x is equals to 0, y is equal to 1 here. When x is equals to 1, y is equal to 2. And and we have this 3 points. Now I will connect my line, and this is my second line. Y is equals to x plus 1. Now the question is asking, where do they cross? So this is actually a simultaneous equations question. We are trying to solve the intersection between y is equals to x plus 1 and y is equals to 5 minus x, which is this point that crosses both lines. So the solution for this question will just be 2, 3, or x is equals to 2 and y is equals to 3. Now our final question. This time the question comes in a word. The equation is not as straightforward because you need to form the equation all by yourself. Now here, a plumber charges $50 plus $25 per hour. We are given that C is the total cost and H represents the hours worked. So for the total cost, yeah, you guys guessed it right. We will have total cost is equals to the initial fee plus cost per hour multiplied by hours worked, which is represented by H over here. So we can say our equation will be C is equals to $50 as the initial fee here plus $25 as the cost per hour multiplied by the hours worked H. So C is equals to 50 plus 25H. Don't get confused here. We don't have X and Y, but X and Y is just variables like C and H over here. So imagine H is X and D is Y because your values for C depend on your values of H. So when H is equals to 0, you have 50 plus 25 times 0, which is just 50. And then when H is equals to 2, you will have 50 plus 25 multiplied by 2, which is 100. And when H is equals to 4, it's just going to be 50 plus 25 multiplied by 4. That will be 125. So now I have my points again, 0, 50, 2, 100, and 4, 125. So I can plot that right into this graph. I will have this point, and this point. So now I can connect my 3 points again. I will have this line. We can label the line C is equals to 50 plus 25H. Now the question is still asking for the cost of 5 hours, which we didn't find from our previous point. So let's find it from our graph. When H is equals to 5, you guys can see here that the C value will just be 175. So the cost of 5 hours will be $175. That is our final answer. So those are the questions for today. Don't forget, guys, the mark live in the details. So when you solve your questions, don't forget you should always label both axes. Use a ruler because we want a straight line, and then extend your line to the edges, and finally to label your line with the equation. By the way, if you guys want to learn more about coordinate geometry, practice more questions, we have the fundamental checkpoint program. In this program, we'll cover more on this topic and also other topics. So everything about coordinate geometry, the lines, the equations, the gradient, the y-intercepts, and also other topics like geometry, probability, statistics, numbers, all of those we covered in the fundamental checkpoint program. And that is it for our video today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in class. Mantappu Academy, jadi pintar, jadi Mantappu.